From one man to another, I think you and I can both agree that, for the average guy that's not born into like a super filthy rich, like trust fund family, as a man, when we're born into this world, we're born as a nobody. I mean, there's no other way to say that, but we're literally born as nobody. We're just another guy that's put on this world that's got to eventually grow up and make a life for himself. Women can be born into this world, and if they're absolutely gorgeous, you are going to get like the top 5 to 1% of guys that would want them. And so I think being a woman is a little easier in that sense. So when it comes to being a guy, it's gonna be for like the younger crowd that watches this, because when I was younger, 18 to 22, I was a server and bartender. I would work, and then I would go out with my friends. I'd go out, get drunk, try to hook up with girls. I'd go out till like 4 in the morning, and then I wouldn't wake up until like 12 the next day. The older you get, because men, we mature much later in life, your like priorities will shift over time, and you're not even going to know why, but you're going to wake up one day and be like, you know what, I used to do that all the time. I don't really want to do that anymore. That's just not really me. I think the sooner you can start improving yourself as a man, the better your life's going to be. Men's lives get better the older we get if you're doing stuff as a man to improve your life. Because remember, I just said, as a man, 99% of us are born into this world as nobody. We have to earn our place in this world. So if you're a guy right now that's like, well, I want to get like a really fucking hot girlfriend, you got to make sure that you look good enough and you make the money that she wants so you can qualify to be with a woman like that. I tell you from experience that not all women will care about how much money you make. There's 4 areas that I have right here that I'm going to talk about in this video, and that's health, wealth, looks, and social skills. I don't have love on here because dating and relationships and focusing on like women should be the last thing that you focus on. I'm not saying that you should ignore girls completely, which is why I have social skills on here. You absolutely should not. I used to prioritize, well, if I have a girlfriend or a girl in my life, things will get easier. And it's the fucking opposite. Because eventually that girl's gonna leave your life and then you're not gonna have her. If you relied on having her in your life so you feel good doing the things you need to do, well, that's why heartbreak hurts. That's why people's lives tend to go downhill. You'll have a lot of guys online that get broken up with. Like, you can watch the Get Your Ex Back videos. There's hundreds of dudes on there that are like, oh my God, my life is never going to be the same. I don't know what I'm going to do without her. And you don't want to be that guy. We want to get to a point in your life, and the sooner you can do this, the better. We don't need a woman, okay? We do not need a woman. A woman should be an asset to your life, which is why I'm saying you should not ignore talking to women, but you should not chase them or prioritize them like I've done and a lot of men do. We don't know any better. If you look at like the things that are being taught today in like movies and whatnot, the woman in movies acts like a man, and the man in movies acts like a fucking woman, because that's what we're seeing. Whatever you observe, you participate in. We keep watching the same content on men not being men, and like chasing women and doing grand gestures and stuff, instead of focusing on like their hobbies, their passion, their mission, their goals, their money, and letting the woman chase them. Can you see how that's going to like change the way you think? So let's talk about, first one's going to be health. So I'm 29 years old right now, and I was hit by a drunk driver 6 years ago. I am extremely paralyzed. I have 2 spinal cord injuries, and I have really low blood pressure as well. However, blood work wise, I am the healthiest that I've ever been. My health has always been like pretty good, even though I got totally fucking wrecked in this accident, man. I'm like half cyborg. But I mean, health wise, I'm pretty healthy. Do I have like the cleanest diet in the world? No, absolutely not. I've never been a fan of like, I mean, I eat chicken thighs and I cook coconut jasmine rice. Like I meal prep that. But I went to Publix earlier today and got like a Publix sub. So I'm not sitting here saying that I eat like the cleanest diet. I used to be a powerlifter. So I've always been that guy that enjoyed saying like, fuck you, I can lift more than you, rather than having like 2% body fat. Although now looking back at it, like it's nice being like lean, because when you power lift and you just eat, I don't know, you kind of feel like fat. So health, if you're not doing something right now to make your body look better, you absolutely need to. A lot of guys are going to say, go to the gym, start working out, put on muscle. But if you're not a guy that enjoys going to the gym and you would rather be outside like running or swimming or biking, I think weight training is important for everybody, because the stronger you get, the easier things are. But if you're a runner, I've heard that if you're a runner, the more muscle you have on you, the harder running is, because you're running with all that weight. Whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's cardiovascular, endurance or weight training, you want to make sure that your health is good. If you work on yourself, you're gonna naturally become like more confident as a man. When you get bigger, or if you start hitting new PRs when it comes to like running, like you're naturally like, fuck yeah, I just did that. Like you're gonna start feeling better about yourself and talking better about yourself. It just naturally happens. There is no way to explain it. If you're not going to the gym now, start going to the gym, and I bet you in 2 months you're gonna be like, holy shit, look at me, dude. I look great. And then wait till you go to a gym for like a year, and then wait till you get older and you start taking steroids like I am. You're like, God damn. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. Next one is going to be wealth. Obviously, this one is super important. I think the older we get, the more experience we get, the more money we can make because we had that experience. But if I could go back in time and I would talk to my younger self, my 18-year-old self, I would tell him to like, hey man, you're going out a lot. All you're doing is partying, trying to hook up with girls, and you're repeating the process. The older you get, the harder it's going to be to make money. And it's going to be harder because if like I lived at home back then, now I live on my own. Or for example, like I don't have a girlfriend or a wife or kids. But let's say that you went to college, you got a job, and then you got a job, but you want to start a business, but you have a girlfriend, and now you guys just had a kid. That's going to make it significantly harder to spend enough time trying to build a business when now you're financially stretched because you have a kid, and now you're also stretch time-wise because you have a fucking kid. So the sooner you can start working on like building an asset or like building a business or making more money, the better. And if you're not in a position where you want to start a business, I think everybody should get a commission-based sales job, because the better you get at sales, you're basically uncapped at how much money you can make. The average man, I think, makes like $40,000 to $50,000 a year. If you're average and you're making that much money, man, that's fine. As long as you have a job, you can get like a second job and start making more money. The more money you make, the more access to women you're going to have. Although I say that, but like in my example, I don't think I've ever really dealt with women that, and I've dealt with a lot of them. I've dated, hooked up, and been in relationships with girls. I don't think I've ever had a girlfriend that solely cared about like how much money I have. And if I'm being honest with you, downtown Sarasota, which is where I used to go out and party at and work at, there were a lot of those girls out there because there was a lot of trust fund babies, and that's just a really fucking rich area. You can tell if a girl's like in it for money, and that's just not the kind of person that I want to be around anyways. And I don't recommend you do either. So health is going to the gym or doing something active. That way you start, like, you're going to start looking better and you're going to start feeling better, like mentally, but also like physically as well. So the more money you have, dude, the more shit you can buy. Like as a guy, I've got a 2,400 square foot house. I've got a long-haired European German Shepherd. I got a brand new E-Class Mercedes-Benz. Like this brand Wolves right here. I've spent like $1,000 on their clothes. Like, the more money you have, the more options and choices you get to make in life. I can tell you from experience, like when I get I don't have to go to a 9-to-5 job right now. I don't have to. So because of the wealth, I get to make the decisions to go to the gym at any fucking time of the day that I want. I usually go around like 9. I'm not forced to go work for somebody else first and then go to the gym and hope I still have the energy to lift at the end of the day. I can go first thing in the morning, come in here, and then I can get to work and just do what I want. So I get time freedom, but I also get the choices to do what it is that I want. That's why wealth is so important. Third thing is going to be looks. If you've ever heard of like looks maxing, I think it's super important for all guys. And the reason why I say this is because if women go out of their way to make themselves look as beautiful as possible, and that's a very feminine thing to do. Women wear they do their makeup, they get their hair done, they get they show their cleavage, you get boob jobs and whatnot. They're doing that to try to get our attention. From a guy's perspective, I think you should start looking as good as you can as well. There are girls out there that will date like ugly looking fucking dudes, and they might be like billionaires if they do, but do you think that girl's really in it for that guy? No, likely not. From my perspective of looks maxing and trying to just look better, if I look back at my pictures from like last year and a couple years ago, what I'm doing right now to try to look better, I think is the best thing I've ever done. I'm naturally dirty blonde. I color my hair black now. I fill my brows in, or I've been trying to grow them out, and then I also dye them. I've been trying to grow them out with my facial hair right here for a while, and I also dye that to make it match. Steroids and working out just help me get bigger. Now I'm not endorsing steroids, but I can get them, so I'm taking them. I have a bunch of tattoos. You don't need tattoos to look better. This is just something that I spend a lot of money on. Clothes-wise, fitting-wise, this goes back to the health area. When you put on a shirt or like an outfit and you're like, God, fuck, I look great. You're just like working out, man. Your confidence is going to go up. Women's number one thing that they look for in a man is confidence. So if you're taking all this into consideration on how to get better with girls, your fucking confidence is what's going to do that. The red pill guys are going to love this. You're going to gain this confidence by looking better at the gym or running or doing whatever, because you're going to feel good. And then the richer you get, the more options you have, the more stuff you can do. So you're gonna be able to take girls places that you wouldn't normally be able to go. And then if you start looking good, well, you're going to look good, and then you might qualify to go and talk to like some of the other girls that look better than the average girls that you were getting or able to get before you started like looks maxing. I'm just teaching you guys how to level up in life as a man right now, and everything I'm talking about, the sooner you can fucking do this, the better. Last one is going to be social skills. I think Gen Z is the one that really is going to struggle with this, because we live in a world where everybody's on their phones, everybody's engaged in the internet. Like, you don't have to leave the house to do anything. You can just DoorDash food, play World of Warcraft, and masturbate all day long, and then you never have to go out and talk to a girl ever. So if you're going to get into sales, or if you're going to start a business, or if you want to meet like girls in person so you don't have to rely on the bullshit statistics that dating apps are, well, talking to strangers is building social skills. I have said this in some of my other videos, I think, but the more strangers that I have started talking to, the more people I've met in my life, the better my life has gotten, because I've been able to get the things that I want, whether that's clients, whether that's sex, or friends, or information that I needed in order to do other things. Social skills is it's a learnable skill. It's not hard just to go up to somebody you don't fucking know and just be like, hey, how are you? Well, I'm doing well. How are you? There are several coaches out there. One of the guys that I really like, Coach Kyle, a lot of his stuff is like mindset, confidence, and dating, just like me. But going out and talking to strangers, I had to learn how to do all this stuff by myself. So I will say that if you are going to practice social skills, if you have like a group of other guys that want to learn how to do that as well, do it in a group, because it's so much easier. I think it's called a group think. Men also perform better when they're challenged. And when you have friends, you're challenging yourself. Okay, I've done all this stuff on my own. 29-year-old guy in a wheelchair that just rolls around just fucking talking to strangers. I've probably met more girls in the past couple of months than most guys have in their entire lives. It's really not hard to go up to a girl and just be like, hey, excuse me, what's your name? Oh, okay, it's good to meet you. Listen, I just wanted to come and let you know you are absolutely fucking gorgeous. And then you can have a conversation with them, or you can leave. I remember some guy commented on my video, because I'll go up to people and like just compliment them. That's all. He was like, well, you fumbled by just going up to her randomly and complimenting her. No, I didn't fumble, bro, because that's I have complimented women in the past with just the intention of complimenting them, and I've had women circle back around like out like at Publix or whatever and say that like, listen, me complimenting them was the best thing they've heard all day. They're having a rough day, but that made them feel stellar. I'm doing it because I'm practicing my social skills. I didn't fumble anything, because from my experience, if a girl likes you, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter, okay? She's going to keep engaging in the conversation with you. You don't fumble anything by complimenting a girl. Like, if you're going to give someone a compliment, just fucking give her a compliment. So a little tangent on that little social skill right there, but you'll have people like that will make those comments that are likely not going out of their way to just meet random people like I am. I think working on like your social skills is also going to help you improve all the other areas, well, health and wealth. Because if you work on your social skills and you need help like working out, or you need like a community to go running or biking with, well, if you're good at talking to strangers, now you can get those questions answered on how to work out or where to go to join clubs. And then if you're looking at the wealth aspect, remember I just said, when it comes to business, you got to meet strangers. You got to sell people stuff. Now you're going to be able to sell people stuff, and that's because you're actually like spending time talking to them. So these are the 4 areas that every man needs to work on. The sooner you can do this, the better. Like, if you're a younger guy right now, look at your everyday life. Are you working out? Are you playing video games? Are you masturbating a lot? When's the last time you've talked to a girl? And I'm not saying like on social media or a dating app. I mean, like, when is the last time you went up and talked to a girl in person and then got her phone number? It's doing these things as a man that's going to make you uncomfortable, that's going to shape you into a better man the older you get. And the sooner you practice getting better at all 4 of these areas, health, wealth, looks, and social skills, the better your life as a man is going to be. Dude, it opens up so many fucking doors when you feel good because you look good. You have the money, so you have time and options to do stuff with people when you normally couldn't if you worked a 9 to 5. Or if you work a 9 to 5, you still make good money, well, you still have the money to do stuff when you can. looks wise, you're going to feel better and you're likely going to get more attention because you look better. And then with social skills, you're going to meet friends. You're going to be able to talk to strangers. You're going to get more clients. You're going to be able to talk to girls. Dude, this is why I say, man, things just get better. So if you like this video, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And listen, if you're a guy right now that is trying to get better at pickup, dating, and relationships, click the link in the description. Go check out my new 17-page cheat sheet. Just put this bad boy together, bro. It's so awesome. This is designed to be looked at when you're in a situation with a girl, whether that's you're trying to get her number, go on a date, or be in a relationship with her, and you don't really want to mess it up. There's a video on the next page that's going to explain everything this thing's going to do for you. And I got a couple other things. You get my free ebook, teach you on dating as well, or you can book a one-on-one coach call with me. With that being said, guys, hey, if you like this video, check out this one right here. You'll be able to hang out with me more, and you'll learn another thing from me. With that being said, guys, hey, see you in the next one.